Hi there, it's Richard, and the Bible Nugget tonight is from Judges 5, and it's about Gideon, and it starts in verse 11. Now the angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth tree, which was in Ophrah, which belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, while his son Gideon threshed wheat inside a winepress. They had to hide inside the winepress. Midianites used to take all their grain or take all their produce or take everything away. So he was threshing wheat inside this little winepress. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, "The Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor." And Gideon said to him, "O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his miracles which our fathers told us about, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us and has delivered us into the hands of the Midianites." Isn't that interesting? That he's aware of the miracles that God has done for the children of Israel. So that means that his heart is towards God. And then the Lord turned to him and said, "Go in this might of yours, and you shall save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent you?" So he said to him, "O my Lord, how can I save Israel? Indeed, my clan is the weakest in Massana, and I am the least in my father's house." And the Lord said to him, "Surely I will be with you, and you shall defeat the Midianites as one man." And then he said to him, this is Gideon. I didn't click on this before. Then he said to him, "If now I have found favor in your sight, then show me a sign that it is you who talk with me. Do not depart from here, I pray, until I come to you and bring out my offering and set it before you." And he said, "I will wait until you come back." So Gideon went in and prepared a young goat and unleavened bread from an ephah of flour. The meat he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot. Now the broth included all the fat. And he brought them out to him under the terebinth tree and presented them. And the angel of the Lord said to him, "Take the meat and the unleavened bread and lay them on the rock, and pour out the broth." And Gideon did so. Then the angel of the Lord put out the end of the staff that was in his hand, and touched the meat and the unleavened bread, and fire rose out of the rock and consumed the meat and the unleavened bread, and the angel of the Lord departed out of his sight. I think that's pretty amazing that this happened, and I personally believe that normally in these situations, when they talk about the angel of the Lord in this context or in this way, more often than not, this is what they call a Christophany. In other words, this is an appearance of Jesus before he became the Son of God, not before he became the Son of God, before he came to earth in the flesh. So I thought that was really interesting, that was Gideon's heart was obviously towards and open to the Lord, and that he presented the sacrifice as that first act, just to prove that it was the Lord, really. I thought that was pretty interesting. The other fascinating fact I think about Gideon that, I think I won't talk about the fleeces, everybody knows that, but he ended up defeating the two armies later on with 300 men, and that is 1% of all the fighting men that they brought together. So they started off with 30,000 and they got right down to 300, which is 1% of 30,000. Fascinating, isn't it? Okay, thank you. Bye.